The skeletons of Sean, Puff Daddy, Puffy, P. Diddy, Brother Love Combs won't stop jumping out of the closet, and Bravo decided to put Summer House Martha's Vineyard on pause. Let's chit chat.
It's time to chit chat with your favorite pop culture critic.
Hi, hello, and welcome to the classroom, you beautiful chatterboxes. If this is your first time here, go ahead and follow me and then turn on your notification bell so you don't miss when we go live on Tuesdays for my live show, Stripped. If this is not your first time here, baby, get your notebooks out, get ready to take your notes. Class is now in session. Well, child, Bravo did the thing that they clearly love to do, and that is cancel yet another show with an all black cast. You may look at Bravo's network and say, my goodness, all of these shows that feature people of color and brown people on the cast, they're all gone. Shaws of Sunset, Family Ties, Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. Baby, it's starting to feel like Bravo. Is y'all using us for ratings? I'm not gonna lie to you. When it comes to Bravo, it's starting to give very much the Martin Show and Fox Network. If you know, you know. But like now, it's starting to feel like you're using Black people and brown people specifically for viewership. And then when you attain the level of viewership and that level of advertisement, you go ahead and drop us. I can't for the life of me figure out why we're still looking at Gina and her siesta on Orange County, but we're pausing Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Now, was season 2 of Summer House Martha's Vineyard good? No, it was not. However, I feel like that's production's fault. All of season 2 felt like, okay, fine, here. You want a season 2? Take it. The production's hand was very heavy in the show, but it also felt like they weren't interested in creating a interesting storyline. I said it before and I will continue to say it. It doesn't even look like the cast had a good time filming season 2. So with that in mind, no, they don't deserve a season 2. But I also feel like that was a setup. You didn't tee them up to have a successful season 2. There was no promo. We saw former housewife of Real Housewives of Potomac, Candace Diller Bassett, promoting the hell out of Summer House Martha's Vineyard. We saw the Brooke Ashley and we saw Kempire. Past them 3 people, I feel like they did more than Bravo did itself. But this is supposed to be a show. So again, where are we at with it, Bravo? I'm upset. Y'all are upset. And tomorrow we are going to chit chat about it. We have a live panel coming up with Zach from 3+1 Media, Aaron from House of Aaron, and Taria S. Faison from What Else Is Going On podcast. Join us here live at 9 p.m. Eastern on this channel so we can bump our gums about all things Bravo because I'm going to pick my foot up and put it on Bravo's neck because Bravo, what would happen if all of your Black viewers stop viewing your show? And then at that time, subsequently, all the Black content creators, you know, the ones that you don't acknowledge, the ones that you don't invite out to your live watch parties, the ones that you don't invite out to BravoCon, what if they stop doing free promo for you? Will we get those shows back then? We'll have to see and figure it out, baby, because I'm out. Well, baby, if you was like me laying in the bed in the wee hours of the morning scrolling your phone, you might have seen that Rolling Stone article that was available to read before it was under subscriber only, but the page kept lagging. Child, I had a time trying to read that because what I'm not going to do is give Rolling Stone $7.99 a month. It's not happening. It's not happening. But if somebody does have that Rolling Stone login, please go ahead and put it in the comments or tell me that you have it and I'll DM you because I would love to read the whole article. Right now, all we have is excerpts. So that's what we're going to be breaking down. So let's talk about this Rolling Stone cover right here. So according to this excerpt, few months after Biggie Smalls was unalived, Bad Boy got the opportunity to do a Rolling Stone cover. Okay. The Bad Boy team allegedly was saying, hey, we need to put Biggie on the cover. We need to, keep this momentum going. Let's keep his name and his legacy alive. And Mr. Sean Puffy Combs was like, ain't gonna happen. I'm putting out my debut album. And so I am going to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. Thus, again, this cover. Like, here's my thing. I've always felt like Mr. Papa Diddy Pop was at the center of Biggie Smalls' untimely death. Now, you have Faith Evans, who has said in multiple interviews that she feels like the LAPD knows who unalived Biggie Smalls, but they ain't doing nothing about it. Okay. One interview, she doesn't name any names. And then in a separate interview, she says that the person who is physically responsible for unaliving Biggie Smalls is also been unalive. They are no longer with us, right? But my thing is, was that person hired?
The murderer of Big has never been caught. What are your thoughts with that? And are you and Mrs. Wallace still pursuing that?
The case is not, I wouldn't say it's done. It's basically, we chose not to keep spending money on the attorneys fighting them to admit what they know. I do believe a lot of things have happened since we were last in court that have moved in our favor. However, it's just such a, that infrastructure with the legal system, the police. I mean, there's a lot of things that they do know. We believe they do know who killed Big. We believe we know. But at the same time...
Is that person walking around in the streets, or is that person locked up in jail?
I don't think so. No, we heard the person was killed. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Was killed after Big's murder.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't want anybody to think I'm talking about the
Right.
I just feel like, in our hearts, me and his mom feel like we know what happened, and we really feel like we know it may never be served. We know justice may never be served.
But what do you think actually happened?
Well, we know he was murdered, but we believe that the LAPD knows who's responsible. That's what we believe.
Do you think that there's any way, in the same way we've seen justice served on reopened projects, do you ever think this will be reopened by the LAPD? Do you ever think that there can be a moment where they might put more emphasis on acknowledging this and finding the killer?
We would love for that to happen. I mean, there's been a few times over the years when we thought that might have been about to happen, but, I think that would be certainly a huge, not only a huge financial case against the city, but, it would have a lot of other weight, on them. So, I don't know. All we can do is hope that happens, but we're just happy that we're still here and able to preserve his legacy and extend it. His kids are happy, they're living great lives. And
now, a former associate allegedly told Rolling Stone that allegedly Mr. Sean Puffy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, P. Diddy, Brother Love Combs told Biggie Small that he would perish before he saw 100% of his publishing. Now, the thing with the Rolling Stone article for me is that it's laying out the fact that Mr. Sean Diddy Combs has always been a menace to society. And where I'm stuck is, how didn't we stop this man before we gave him power, right? If this man was truly beating his girlfriend with the belt in the yards of Howard, how did we not put an end to the monster that he is then? How did we get to the Shine in the nightclub? How did we get to allegedly Biggie Smalls? How did we get to Cassie in the hallway of the hotel? If he's been like this, why didn't somebody intervene long before this man had power? I'm not gonna lie to you, baby. I wish that Wendy V. Williams was at perfect health right now. I wish that the purple seat was open, because I would love to hear what she has to say about all of Sean Diddy Combs' skeletons. They, at this point, baby, they are free falling out of the closet. They are just pew, pew, pew. So let's read this excerpt together. Insiders have confirmed and told Rolling Stone that Biggie was indeed preparing to leave Bad Boy Records before his death, and that Biggie Smalls' lawyers were entangled in a legal battle with Diddy to get Biggie back his publishing rights before he was unalive. According to insiders, Biggie had grown increasingly frustrated with Combs and was seeking more control over his career. Photographer Monique Bunn, who was close with Biggie, stated Biggie was absolutely about to leave Puff. I know for a fact because he told me that. Another source added, everybody wanted to leave Puffy. Everybody leaves him. This dissatisfaction compounded by legal battles over Biggie's publishing rights, which his attorneys were attempting to reclaim from Combs, further straining their relationship. Child, boo. Like, it's giving You're worth more to me dead than alive. Now, there are some people who very much feel like, whoa. Y'all is jumping on the Diddy bandwagon. This man ain't never did none of the things y'all say he did, or at least I ain't never seen it. Okay. Now, ever since we saw that CNN video, even if you don't have that same story to tell about Diddy, it's look around, everybody on mute. We are not doing anything, saying anything that feels like supporting a man who would do what he did in that CNN video. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? But the girl who used to be in Diddy Dirty Money, and here is the thing with Diddy Dirty Money that always made me mad. Y'all not going to sit up here and look me in my ears and tell me that you didn't see that them girls was on something. We have been watching Dawn from Making the Band, and I think that is the blessing and the curse of reality TV. We saw you when you came in wide-eyed, fresh-faced, which means to a certain extent, we know what you look like when you're intoxicated. And from the existence of Diddy Dirty Money, I said, them girls look intoxicated. Dawn more than the other one, but they look like Diddy dropped them up to do Diddy Dirty Money. Like, and did he pay them with dirty money? All I'm saying is that the writing was on the wall. So I'm not really surprised. So you coming here and saying, oh, this is disgusting. Everybody who has something bad to say about Diddy is a disgruntled employee. So then what would you be? Because you're not the first lady of Bad Boy. It's giving you have something to be disgruntled about too. It's just giving you signed that $300 NDA. Huh? I don't even know that girl name. Here go the picture. Now, according to CNN, them people who sit on the federal level, they are going to start hearing testimonies to see if there is a case to be built there. Between that and the Rolling Stone article, of course, Diddy's legal team had to make a statement. I will put it on the screen. We can read it together. Representation for Mr. Combs says, Mr. Combs cannot comment on settled litigation. Let's stop right there. So according to the lawsuit that Diddy settled with Cassie, Diddy can't say Cassie's name in public, which is why Diddy didn't say Cassie's name or address her directly in his apology. Mr. Combs cannot comment on settled litigation, will not comment on pending litigation, and cannot address every allegation picked up by the press from any source, no matter how unreliable. Like, now, some of them do be a little out the window, but I don't think all of them is unreliable, Mr. Davis. We are aware that proper authorities are conducting a thorough investigation and therefore have confidence any important issues will be addressed in the proper forum where the rules distinguish facts from fiction. I mean, listen, great job, lawyer. That's how you're supposed to lay it out. But also, like, boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. For a second, before we leave, can we swing back into the Bravo really quickly? Because Real Housewives of Potomac gave us our season 9 cast lineup. Giselle Bryant, Karen Huger, Ashley Darby, Mia Thornton, Wendy Osefo, Stacey Rouge, Jassy Rideau. Is that her name? Kiana Stewart and Jacqueline Blake as French Child. How are these ladies, Giselle Bryant, Ashley Darby, still on a show, still relevant, but Summer House can't get a third season? Like, them people at Summer House brought more than Giselle Bryant has brought in years to the show. So it's just like, what are we doing? Also over in OC, didn't you go down to the Fed house and cast yet again another person who might be on their way to jail? Like, these people over in Summer House don't have no backgrounds that we know of. It's just good fun. And it also points out the fact that Black people just aren't allowed to exist on television. Y'all need something, some sort of gimmick. But again, I point you to Gina. Yeah. I hope that out of this whole Diddy situation, everybody who was harmed by him receives some form of justice. I hope that man gets put under the jail where he belongs. And I hope you come back to listen to our live panel on the state of Bravo, because it's very much giving Bravo doesn't appreciate their Black cast members or their audience. Thanks for chit-chatting.